Everybody, welcome to Monkey Island Madness. This is a live art show filmed over at Ustream TV. I come on Mondays. It's Monkey Island Madness. Come on Mondays at 1 o'clock Eastern. And today we are going to Zentangle. But before I start, I wanted to show a couple of little pieces of Happy Mail that I got. I got this beautiful card from Teresa Peterman. Remember to smile today. Usually, most days that's not hard for me. I pretty much go through life smiling, but it's beautiful, Teresa. Thank you so much. It's got a doily and some stamped in images that she die cut out. And then she wrote a really nice note to me and Robert about his treatments, just hoping that we're getting the results and that we're doing well, and honestly we are. He went back into treatment today, which I felt so bad for him. Yeah, he so didn't want to go, but yeah, he's got to. But I think we only got this one and one more to go, so that's good. That is really, really good. But it's a beautiful card, Teresa. Thank you so much. Thank you for thinking of us. We're doing well. Yeah, the stamp's really pretty, huh? So appreciate that. And then I have to show the envelope on this one because she hand drew it. This is from CB, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. This will actually be cut out and put in my beast. That will live in my beast because I think it's gorgeous. And then kind of apropos to what we're going to be doing today is this is the front of the card. She did a dangle with the lettering, and look at how fabulous that is. It's so pretty, CB. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And then again, a really nice note inside. So, and yes, CB, Robert is in a total agreement that we should go to Australia. So now all we're doing is praying that he stays in remission, and there'll be nothing at all hindering me from making that little trip. I think it would be so much fun to go to Australia with CB and Xandra. And this is from Dee Dee, Knucklehead. It's just an envelope of stuffs. Thank you, Lori. But she sent Eileen one and me one of us. Here's me and Eileen. Old wenches. And then look at this little girl. How cute she is. That wasn't me, because I would have been dressed like a tomboy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I would have had holy jeans on, and because that's the way I was. But then she sent me a whole bunch of these Tim Holtz found relative pictures of the two girls. Here we are with our mothers. Little trip. He probably went to garage sales, bought these pictures, and has made about $50,000 million on them. Yep, from Robert's mouth to God ears. Isn't that the truth? So, yeah. And then she sent me one of her little zines. So, thank you, Dee Dee. That was from the total eclipse the other day, which I was on stream when it happened, and it was a big nothing. I couldn't tell. It maybe got a little bit like dusk. But yeah, this is her total eclipse zine. So And I've got an idea for a zine, and then sock monkey. I have sock monkeys, but napkins, but I can always use another one. So thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you very much. And all this stuff will end up probably in the Beast. The one in the hat has to be Eileen, probably. But well, I wear baseball caps, so you never know. I could wear a hat. And this is from Mindy. And Mindy, this was so thoughtful and so nice. You didn't have to do it, honestly, but I'm glad you did, frankly. But look at this little giraffe guy. Or no, he's a cow. And then here's him in brown plaid. And this has got to be a die cut that she's got. But look at how cute he is. And you can't see the plaid. He's brown plaid. So cute. Stinking cute. Holy cow, she wrote. This is for Janet. And she said one time on stream, which I'm not surprised. One time on stream, I said that I like these. And look at, she sent me orange sticks because I have a hard time finding these in my neck of the woods. And look at, and I have not opened them yet. That's how disciplined I have been. Is I have not opened these, but I tell you, my mouth has been watering forever because I love orange sticks. And I can't find them down here. And Tuesday Morning used to carry the raspberry sticks. But I went there the other day. They don't have them either, buttholes. So, and I got to be careful because Mindy's address is right here. So thank you, Mindy. Thank you. And she also sent me a white pen, one of the Japanese white pens that I absolutely love. These are the best white pens on the market. If you don't have one, search them out. They do sell them on Amazon. They're the Uniball Signo white, but they have to be the Japanese. They have to have that little yellow thing on it. So, yeah. Thank you, Mindy. You've never seen orange sticks? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. I'm going to open them now that you've seen them. But yeah, I made myself not open these. And she said something about sharing them with Robert. Like, she's out of her mind. Are you kidding? I told her Robert won't even know these bad boys are in the house. I promise you. These are going to bed with me while I lay and read at night. Here. This is what they look like. They're just little sticks. And inside, I'll take a bite so you can see the inside of them too. I'm nice that way. They have like that jelly kind of filling. And they're orange flavored. And honest to God, they are so good. Oh, you can get them on Amazon. I know, but they're expensive. Uber expensive. And I just can't do that. And oh my God, these are so good. And they're made with real fruit juice. So it's not like it's orange flavoring. It really tastes orange. I'm not going to let him smell my breath, CB. Actually, he would probably know better than to even look at him longingly. I'd hit him with the frying pan that he says I hit him with all the time. Only this case, it would be true. I really would. Hi, Elizabeth. And Dazzled Desire, you came in while I was going on and on about my Happy Meal and towel. I love dark chocolate. Sorry I'm eating in front of you guys. And I'm going to be honest, if you were here, I would feel compelled to offer you one. But the truth is, I really wouldn't want to. Hi, Jennifer Crackalacken. Try Michael's? Oh, I'll have to look those. Yeah. Yeah, I like the raspberry ones. Hi, Judy. So anyway, the other day, I just drew this last night, just thinking around. And it is out of, and I'm assuming, CB, that you have this book too. This is out of the Dangles book. I got this at Hobby Lobby with my 40% off coupon, so it was like $12 or something. I have to say, I've really enjoyed this book. I really have. I like the doodles. I just like it. And I've flipped through it before, so, and honestly, guys, you can find every bit of this on the computer. Just Google Dangles, Drawing Dangles, Doodle Ideas, and you will get everything that's in this book and more. I promise you. So, anyway, I'm just using that so the camera has something to focus on. Oh, and for those of you that weren't at Dee Dee's or you weren't paying attention to chat, I ordered the 120 count polychromos this morning. Robert dropped his razor and it broke this morning, so I had to order from Amazon anyway. And I had told him the other day, I went and got his medicine the other day. And his leukemia medicine is really, really pricey. And when I came home, I told him, I said, you know what, every time I go pick up your medicine, I want to come home and buy something fun. Because going over and paying for that medicine is not fun. So this morning when I ordered him a new razor, and I said something about buying something fun. He said, well, why don't you buy those pencils you want? And I said, are you kidding? He said, no, go ahead. So, yep, I bought the pencils and he's paying. Woohoo! So I'm excited too. And I was actually playing with them last night, and I do like the little bit harder lead. I have to say, I like the little bit harder lead. Yeah, Leanna, that you've got an illness when that happens. She says, don't you love it when you add something to your list on Amazon, it says you already added it? Yeah, no, I've been looking at these polychromos, honestly, you guys, for over a year. I have some already. But I didn't have the whole set. And I feel deprived if I don't have the whole set. So we're going to go ahead and go on and finish up these few little areas that we have left. And I think I decided what I'm going to do with the spaces behind it. I think I'm going to shadow these. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the whole piece of art. Okay, and the other day when I was showing my book, and I'm going to have to pull out to show the book again, okay? And I made this myself. It's a 3-ring binder, and it has Zentangle on the binder. And I just drew all this myself. But I made this whole book of Tangle designs off of tanglepatterns.com. Okay, so anything that you see me drawing or anything, go to tanglepatterns.com, and there's a little alphabet bar at the top. Click on the letter of the design, and they'll have these step out cards, okay, or they'll have these step out shown. I went ahead and just made the step out cards of each step to take to create the design. And then I don't know, I guess we were talking at Jennifer McCracken's stream the other night, and she said she couldn't draw one of the designs, which is Island Flower. I call it Island Flower, and it's this one. It's really hard to see on here. So I told her I would send her one of these step out cards, and if you want to, oops, that didn't go back there. I'm gonna finish that. To make those little cards so I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time, I just made myself, and CB, these are yours, these little, let me see, they're like little stencils, but they're just a template so I don't have to redraw that, the box configuration over and over and over again. So I have some pre-made cards, 2.5 by 3.5 ATC size cards. And it exactly fits the 2.5 by 3.5 inch card, okay, like that. And then just draw out the boxes. So I did a 4-box configuration and a 6-box configuration, because some of them take 6 steps. So just make yourself a little template. And Jennifer, you've got a set coming when I send my ATCs, okay? So they're no big deal to do. And then you can just make your boxes. This is a, excuse me, that's the 6-box, and here's the 4-box. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love templates. I don't want to have to sit there and remeasure and draw that 1,000 times. And then I just keep the cards all made up, you know, cut a bunch out. And when I see a design I don't have or I want, I'm good to go. So there you go. I'm glad I remembered to show that today, because I meant to show it the other day and totally spaced out. So CB, these are going over here. They are headed your way. And the material that I use to cut the stencils, you guys, if you're here in the U.S., I'll tell you, Button, these, I just make these out of, if you're in the U.S., Dollar Tree has in their cooking section those great big sheets of cutting mats. I just cut them out of that. And it's real sturdy, heavy-duty plastic, so it doesn't give when you draw up against it. Hi, Kangaroo. All right, the card itself, or the little template itself, is obviously 2.5 inches wide. The boxes themselves are right at 1 inch. They're 1 inch square, centered on the card. So if it's 2.5, this is like 3/16 on each edge and 1/8 in the middle. Yeah, and they come 2 in a pack. Yeah, that's what I cut a lot of stencils or templates out of for $1. Yeah. Yep, that's a good idea too, Jennifer. Use them in the back for your coloring book. Yeah, and see, I keep one in my Beast, only it's actually off of a notebook cover, that thick poly stuff they put on the front of notebooks, and I like this one because it was striped. But the cool thing is, then I always have a straight edge in my book, so I don't have to get out a ruler. I've always got a straight edge, and then I put this through, so if I'm pushing or coloring and I don't want it to go through, I just put it between my pages as a writing board. What is that sheet again? What sheet again? Kat, I'm not sure I'm following you. What sheet again? This is just cutting, that cutting board material that you can get at Dollar Tree. Yep, you got to go to the dollar store. Another one that I like is they make the little square ones to put on something in the microwave. Those work good too. But if you get the big cutting mat ones, they're real big. Hi, Jilly. Yeah, I use that stuff for everything. I cut on it, I make it into stencils, I do everything. And there's my fun journal that I love so much. And Eileen, if you ever watch this, recording, I sure am missing you and thinking about you and praying for you. So this is what I'm doing in my shit to do book. Just doodling, dangling, Haven't done much because I drew in my beast instead. So let's pick a Zentangle pattern, and I'll put that in my pile over there. And go ahead and finish this, and then I'll go ahead and darken around the edges and give them shadows when I'm done. Strange question, please. Is your craft mat on your table a Ranger? This is a Ranger mat, but let me tell you, they do in fact dazzle desire. Hi, by the way. You can buy this same material, like the Ranger one. If you go into MyFos and whatever and buy it, it's I think about $11. That I'm guessing that it's around $11. And this one does happen to be the Ranger one, and I bought it with a coupon. But then I noticed that you can get the same stuff on the Wish app. Let me show you, because I actually do have a new one up here that I just need to put down. This one I have used for, oh my God, 2 years or more. I don't know. It just stays here all the time. It's so filthy. I've heard a Teflon oven mat will work, but this is the stuff that I ordered from the Wish app. And it comes folded, but it's big. But it comes folded, and it is huge. And I have used this. And I'm not sure how the creases are going to work as far as stuff going through it. But just for a craft mat, this works fine. And I think on the Wish app, it was $1. So, yeah, I won't be buying another Ranger. I will be I'll use this one. Because it's the exact same material. Exact. So, and if you're not familiar with the Wish app and you get it, you cannot hate me forever. Just saying. That is the rule about the Wish app. You can't hate me. But they got some cool stuff on there for cheap money. Well, it came folded, CB. I do roll it. But it came folded because they, of course, they're saving money on shipping, right? So, yeah, it came folded up like that. But this is a Ranger mat that has, look at, I cut it up here. Yeah, one day I forgot that it wasn't a cutting mat, and yeah. Sometimes I'm not the brightest bulb on the block. Yeah, the Wish app is, everything on it comes from China. It is a Chinese website. But I found some really good stuff on there. And you know those little finger daubers? This is the best deal that I think I found on there. Is those little finger daubers now I sound like an advertisement. These little dudes that I ink edges and stuff with. These, if you buy in the store, are about $1 a piece, and you can buy them in a package of 3 or 4. You can get these on the Wish app, and I think I got 25 for $8. So that I felt like was the best deal I've ever gotten on Wish, because they are the exact same thing. They work just as well. And when you ink edges of stuff, you wear them out. They start coming apart. I go through these like crazy. So that was the best deal, I thought. And another thing is, their double-sided tape is not as good as Score, but for a lot of things it doesn't matter. Their double-sided tape is really good. You want to get I got the black pen sampler from Judy. If you order it, you won't be disappointed. All right, I'm going to pick a design, any design. Which one is fun to draw? I'll go back to the front of the book and just see what's in there. I like that one. I forget what it's called, though. All right, we'll just do that one because it's easy and anybody can do it. Hi, Linda. Other Linda from Oklahoma. Hi, Indigo Flat. I'm checking out chat right now. You like Muka? Muka? Muka's fun. Muka's so hard to do in an area like this, though. And for those of you who don't know Muka, I should just, oh, I do have some extra paper here. Muka is a design, and I'm going to bring you guys back down, so you're going to get dizzy here. But I'm going to try and get down where you can actually see what I'm doing. This is Muka. And I really like that design too. And you can just keep adding more Mukas. But that's what Muka is. And it's Mooka, I believe, if you want to go look up how to draw it. I don't know that they have a step out for that. You don't really need a step out. It's just, it's a fun design. And if you do it in black and put little highlights on it, it's way cool. But this one, I actually should use the cards so I could tell you the name of the design I'm going to use, right? I have these sheets. I'll just pull these out because I think they've got most of them on them. I did myself some cheat sheets that have all the designs on them. Random patterns, and then grid patterns, and then what I consider to be border patterns that work the best. Let me see if I can find it. This should be in the random pattern one. I'm looking, bear with me. Oh, I like that groovy too. Let's do that one. Here's groovy right there. Oops, come on. There's groovy. I like that one. Okay, we're going to do groovy. And I don't know that I did a step out for that. You don't really need a step out for that. But I'll see if I have one so I can pull it out and you can see. Here's groovy. Groovy! I called my brother Groovy. And there was a story behind it, but there you go. There's the step out for groovy. Okay, we'll do groovy in here. Here we go. It's just curvy lines. Okay, and when I start drawing, I go quiet, so I'm sorry. That's why I don't draw on stream, is because I can't draw and talk at the same time, I don't think. Because I'm thinking. Thinking. You like the flowy patterns more than the rigid ones? It depends, CB. I'm a very straight line person, so yeah. I don't mind the ones that you have to use the grids on. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm thinking. So we already talked about the storm. I didn't do a whole lot yesterday. It was pretty much a pretty lazy day. It was Ratatouille's last day off, so we pretty much laid low, watched news about the storm. Hi, Lynn. Where all the patterns are off of tanglepatterns.com, Teresa, and I made these little cards myself. I just, in the evenings, whether I was sitting on the couch or whatever, I would just pick one or two a night and draw myself the patterns. And at the time, it seemed like a big pain in the arse, really. But now that it's, after I got it done, I was really happy that I did it. So. And these, honestly, when you get the whole thing done, it doesn't matter if they're perfect or not. Because that's, like, by far not perfect. Oh, and I put my, oh, come on. Focus, you pain in the neck. There we go. Thank you. See, you can see all the imperfections. But after I get the shading on it, I got to get my good shading pencil out. I put it away. Any soft lead pencil is good for shading. This is a B. It's a real, excuse me, soft lead. HB is pretty soft, but B is a real soft lead. Pencil hardness goes from H to B, so this is pretty soft, and so it'll shade real good. My favorite lead is HB for drawing or anything, really. I don't like H. And all I'm doing is going over the original lines that I drew before I added the inside pattern. And then I'm going to use a worn out, crappy old Tortillon to spread it out. And it will be looking cool. Because the shading honestly makes all the difference. I've said that before. And you guys can probably hear that scratching really loud because this camera's so close. And I use the microphone on the camera because I don't know how to do anything else. And so that design's going to look different depending on how big or how little you make your fill-in areas, right? Like that big one looks different than the smaller ones down here. Hi, Allie. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Hi, McLinda. All right, so that was Groovy that we just drew. That was fast. Back to the cheat sheet. We already did Flux, didn't we? Yeah, we did Flux up there. I like it a lot, a lot, a lot. Just looking, if you see a pattern that you like that you want me to draw, holler out, okay? A little AMSR, yeah, I agree. I like it. I like AMSR a lot. Looking, looking, looking. I like them all so much. It's just so hard. Diva Dance is kind of cool too. Okay, I'm going to show you one that I really, really like. Yeah, I know, Lynn. I just don't. I throw them away. That's another thing I buy on the Wish app that I don't clean them or anything. I just buy new ones. They've gotten, are these? They're dirt cheap on the Wish app too. What's the one that looks like shingles? This one up here? It's called All About V. Aeronaut. Let's see, Aeronaut. Oh, this one? Now that one I would definitely have to, that's Aeronaut right there. I think you're talking about this one. Paradox. Oh, well, you guys have a bunch saved up. Paradox is fun. Let's do Paradox first. Because it is fun. It looks so complicated, but in real life, it's so simple. It's just a whole series of straight lines. All right, where is Paradox? All right, I don't have the step out for Paradox. So if you want the step out for Paradox, you'll have to go look it up. And I'm trying to think how on your green page. Oh, this one here. I think that's the one you're talking about. The one next to the Pokemon balls. This one. What was it? That's called Plantain, I think. I think it is. Let me find it. I just had it out yesterday. It is called. And I'm frustrated because I can't see with my glasses and I can't see without them. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one I think you're talking about. It is called Plantain. And look how easy that is to draw. It's really the shading that makes it look so cool, huh? But yeah, that's all it is. Pretty simple stuff. I'm sure that's the one you're talking about. All right. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to make the paradox work in these funky squares. Because that one, let me think how I'm going to make it work. You almost need the corners. Let me think. I'm just drawing it over here on the side to yeah, you almost need a square. Above is a step out for paradox. On my page, CB, are you looking at? I'm not seeing one. Oh, CB, you put in a, because see the paradox, the design actually happens organically. On I don't know. Hell, let's try it. On the website, yeah. Pick 4 spots to be your corners. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going, how am I going to make that work? This one would probably be the best space because I've got kind of, okay, we're going to try it in here. What's the worst that can happen, right? I think in this step out, you start with like a dot in the center and then draw the curve out to each of the 4 corners. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. That's the way we're going to do it. Sorry, I got off camera there. Okay. And so you start in one corner, it doesn't matter which one, and you draw lines coming up, you know, a little bit of space going to the very corner. Like that. And I always did it where I turned my work as I was doing it, because there was less chance for error, because I know me, you don't have to turn it, but I know me, I'm more likely to make an error if I don't do something consistently, because I will lose my mind at some point and just quit thinking. I think this is how it's shown. See, I should have done this step out. Now I've got to go draw one. Turning does help a lot, yes. But all it is straight lines, you guys. That's it. Just always drawing from that corner in. I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing right like this. I'm pretty sure I didn't show you guys that right, because it's the design that ends up making the curves for you. But you get the idea anyway. Hi, Mac. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, try it, Pat. And I'm just using the 3.3 hybrid Technica pen. Some of them I will use the microns for. So I've got them all out here. On stuff like that, and this paper too is feathering, so I don't like the feathering. So that's why I'm using more of a rollerball pen. But Most people, when they're doing this, use like a micron felt tip marker, and they're awesome. Dee Dee was on this morning. She was very fun, as usual. She did a coloring page book out of, I can't pronounce it, so, but the artist was at the stream, and it was very fun. She did have power. Did I do Hollabaugh yet? Yeah, I did. Because that's always one of my go-tos, is this one. But you know what? I didn't shade that one, and I haven't shaded this one yet. So let's do some shading here. Hello. Because that's my favorite part of the whole thing. But yeah, Dee Dee did a fun stream this morning, so go watch the recording. Because it was very good. And her coloring, as usual, was fabulous. Even Robert watched for a while this morning. He knows Monday morning pretty much leave me alone. Except this morning he sat and talked on the phone for a while. Goofball. Okay. See, that made a big difference in my world. And I know you guys probably aren't seeing as well. And you don't really have to know much about shading on these, you guys. Most of the time it's apparent where the shading needs to go. But go look at the designs, because a lot of them look really complex, and they're not at all. Do I have garlic cloves? That doesn't sound familiar, CB, but I'll go look. And I'm sorry if I'm screaming in the camera. If I don't, I will have to go find it. EFG. Garlic cloves. It doesn't look like it, CB. Is that one I need to go look up? I found one last night. Hi, Kathy. I found one last night that I drew, but I forgot to write down the name. So when I drew it in my Beast. And I thought it was pretty cool. I'll show it to you, but I gotta find the name of it now. Here. You start out with like a curly Q and put like a little dangle thing on the end of it, and then draw this down like a stem, right? And then draw little humps on the top of it. Look at how easy that is. But I'll put those all over my Beast. But I don't know the name of it now. Annoys me when I do stuff like that. Because who knows where I saw it. I mean, I was looking all over. I have not heard from Eileen. All right, it's easy and it looks good. All right, I will definitely be looking that bad boy up. This is a fun one too, and it's about time for a dark one, so let's do this one. It's called Fracas, I think. Fracas. But look at how easy the design is. And then when you're done, it looks so cool. Who couldn't do that? Hello. Okay, So we're going to do that one. Yeah, this space will work out okay for it, I think. Just pick a space anywhere in your thing. And I think the curved lines are really important. So just make yourself an X to start right through the center. And I think you end up with 4 lines like that. Okay? And then draw the space. And I'm going to make it pretty small, actually. Now I'm going to switch pens and use the micron when I'm coloring in, because if I don't, it takes a long time to color in with this small nib. So okay, that's where we're at. There is one called Zinger that is kind of similar to that, but Zinger is more like this, where you draw the line and then you go like, just draw a backward C around it and then make smaller ones. That's Zinger there. And I like that design. This one is a little bit different. It has more of a three-dimensional, I guess, type feel to it. Fracas sounds like a dirty word. It does. But this one I know is Zinger, Karen, but you're right. They're very similar. This is, excuse me, this is far more delicate, I think. Razzle-frazzin' fracas. Razzle-frazzin'. That makes me think of Paula. I miss my Paula. Alright, here's my fracas card. Gonna do the curved lines. And then when I go to color it in, I'll change pens. And it's the curved lines, I think, that make like this one particularly interesting. So go with the curved lines. And when I'm picking out designs for this, I'm kind of like doing a dark one and a medium and a light one, you know. Try and balance it out, because they all have kind of different weights. I can do this doodling and stuff all day long, you guys. Honestly. My house could fall down around me, and I could just sit here and draw stuff like this. What I'm going to do with it, who the hell knows? But it's very calming and very peaceful for me. This pen here, Karen, is it's a hybrid Technica 3mm. Pentel makes it. It is my favorite pen on earth. I write with it. Thank you, Karen. Other Karen with a C. It's just my all-time favorite pen. It doesn't skip. It's a gel rollerball, and it is awesome. Awesome pen. I buy them by the box load from Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and use, for the small areas, the 01 micron to fill in the alternating lines here now. You've forgotten to eat because of Zentangles. I hear you, Pat. If it wasn't for Robert, honestly, my diet would be so bad. I would be eating like Cheetos while I draw. The reason we have a good diet is because of him. Because he's an eater. He is a definitely feeder. So I feed him. But if it was me, here alone, I would be eating frozen pizzas and Cheetos and ice cream sandwiches. So it's a good thing Robert Vaughn's here. Because, yeah, that way we have a good diet. I make sure he gets a lot of fresh stuff. Potato chips and dip, that's the crap I would live on. Orange sticks. I would live on orange sticks if I could find them. I never thought to look at Michael's, though. Where does Michael's have candy? I know they have expensive candy up by the register, but do they have candy somewhere else? I am going to Michael's. I haven't decided if I'm going to Joplin with Robert. I like to go at least one day a week with him. And because I guess the doctor feels like his number... Oh, I just goofed up. I'll do it this way. He doesn't have a regular doctor's appointment this week, so I can pick any day to go. And then next week I'll go on Thursday. But I am going to go to Michael's because, one, they had really, really good coupons this week. And that is always a reason to go to Michael's. But I forgot what I was going to go for. Now that I bought the polychromos, I ought to just keep my butt at home. Say, girl, you spend enough money. I'm going to switch to the bigger nib now because I'm in a bigger space. What's an orange stick? Oh my God, Allie. Mindy knows that I like these because I set them one day. Have you ever seen candy that looks like that? Orange sticks? OMG. They are the best. The best. The best. Oh, don't eat. Lynn, you're just being cruel now. Talking about Tim Tams. OMG. But I should be able to get those too because we just got a world market in Tulsa. I haven't been there yet, but they did open a world market in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I'll be able to go in there and get Tim Tams and everything Australian, that Australian licorice. But I think I found some other licorice Robert likes better. So it sucks living out in the middle of nowhere, you guys. I mean, honestly, you don't know how hard it is to find stuff. It's not orange peel. It's like, I don't know, what would you guys call it? It's like a jelly, really, in there. It's orange jelly covered in dark chocolate, and it is so decadent. And if you take it to bed with you, you can eat half the box without even thinking about it and read for hours. But the only thing you have to remember is after you're done eating your orange sticks in bed, you must get up and brush your teeth because you can't lay there with that crap on your teeth all night. But yeah, there's no rule that says you can't take them to bed and eat them. The rule is the same for cookies and milk in bed too. Yeah, you live on Mars, Jean? It sucks, right? The Tim Tams at my Target, Lynn, were so expensive. I'm not kidding. They didn't, I don't think they had them at the Joplin one. I think, where were we? I was with my friend Eileen. Maybe we were at the Joplin Target. My friend Elaine. We did find Tim Tams, but it was like, OMG, am I really going to pay that much? And it was a real small package. But I know that World Market has them for a reasonable price because I bought them. I love World Market. And that's only an 85-mile drive away. There's something wrong with me. We don't have Myers down here. Half the box in bed. I'm not kidding you, Mac. You live in a small town, no bookstores. You have a Hobby Lobby, Pat. I don't even have a Hobby Lobby. Honestly, in my town, what I have is Walmart. If you can't get it at Walmart, this is what they think down here. If you can't get it at Walmart, you just damn well don't need it. That's that. And you have to remember, I'm less than an hour away from Walmart headquarters over in Bentonville, Arkansas. So every little town around here has a Walmart. This was where Walmart started. Was down in Oklahoma and Arkansas. Robert used to work on Sam Walton's cabin. Robert owned a heating and air conditioning business. And Sam Walton had a little old cabin here on Grand Lake. And Robert used to work for Sam when he was still alive. All right. So that doesn't even look anything like that, but it will here in a minute. Yeah, oh, my Walmart hasn't had stamping stuff for ever. Your husband informs me it's Joann's, not Michael's. Okay. You found them at the grocery store for $1.79. Oh my God. Yeah, I think if it's the same one I'm thinking of, Karen, I think she's moved back to Bentonville. Yeah, I wish we had a Myers. I mean, I've seen things that people have bought there. Yeah, we don't have a Myers. What are the metallic Pentel hybrid gel pens like? I might have to look in my stash and see if I have those, Mac. I probably do because I'm a pen fanatic, and I probably do. You lived in Cortez, Julie? My second mom moved to Cortez in 1986. Let me think if that's when they would have been there. Cortez is a fun little town. Yeah, we don't have anything here. Walmart. And I'm so mad at my Walmart in Grove. I'm about ready to start driving 30 miles to use the one at Miami. I loved, now this is crazy. There's two things I loved. I loved the Great Value vanilla yogurt. I liked it as like a sauce to put on top of fruit salad or something. It was just sweet enough. I just liked it, you know. And Walmart does this all the time. You find a product there that you like, and then next thing you know, you go in there and they don't have it anymore. But what really has pushed me over the edge, and you guys are going to know there's something so wrong with me now. I liked it was Sam's name brand, right? The name brand was Sam's. And it's a frozen pizza. Philly cheesesteak frozen pizza. And I don't know why, but I love it. It doesn't taste anything like a Philly cheesesteak, I'll just tell you that. But they don't carry it anymore. Okay, you work there doing brochures for Mesa Verde National Park. How cool is that, Julie? My white pen is kind of boogering up, so I'm over here to... And Dee Dee got black Post-its. I've had black Post-its forever. But I'm happy she got them. But I really want to know where Connie got those Minion. This is the only one so far that I've added this white to. I may go back and add white to others of these. But this one I know just looks better if it's got the white on it. So yeah, I'm pissed off at Walmart. And I'm happy that Julie worked for a brochure factory. Did you know anybody there named Lichty? L-I-E-C-H-T-I? I have to check. I don't feel bad, Dorothy. I don't feel bad at all. Are you saying yuck over the frozen pizza? Well, I liked it. And yeah, they did away with it, and it makes me really mad. Is that what you were saying, yuck over? It's really good. Now, you have to remember, when I buy that pizza, I think what I liked about it, honestly, was the crust. I doctor it up. I add stuff to it. I don't take it out of the box and stick it in the oven. Okay, I was just curious. Those were the people's names that lived in Cortez. And right now I have some other friends that have just moved there. Very cool. Used to work at the park in tourist season. Yeah, it's a very cool park. The pizza, you think the pizza's gross? No, by the time I doctor it up, it's so yummy. All right, I finished that one. I'll hold it up. And that was, what did I call that? Fracas. Razor Frozen Fracas. But see, doesn't it have a lot of dimension when you add the white? All right, so now I have to find another one. If you have one you want me to draw, speak out. I like this one. I don't know how I could fit this. This is more of a Guirland, I think is how that's pronounced. But look at the end design. Isn't that pretty? Come on, focus. There. Isn't that pretty when you're done? So I'd like to draw that one. I'm just not sure how to... How to fill up a whole space, because that's more of a border. 3 loop 6. 3 loop 6. I don't think I have that one, Kathy. And all the numbers I put up in the front. 3 loop 6. I'm going to write down some of these that I don't have the designs for. 3 loop 6. I have 4 corners, I have 2 NS, and I have 8s. I don't have that one, Kathy. I'm sorry. Guirlanda. I think it's a really pretty tangle, though. I love it. Long blocks next to the edge. This one here is what you're saying? All right, let's give it a try. What the heck? What the heck? It's our drawing. We could do what we want. Okay. So, and you can do as many circles as you want, right? It doesn't have to be just the 3. You found it last night and it's a fun one? Okay, well, I'm going to look it up when I'm done here. What about Kiko? I'll write it down. I know I have that one button. M12, that's another fun one. I know I have that. All right, let's give this one a go right now. We'll draw the circles. We'll put one of these right up here. I'm going to keep them kind of out in the center because I want all the embellishments around them. Okay, we're going to have 4 circles, right? So we've done that one. We're ready to do that one now. Okay, got the second step done. Ready to do this one. And it's just really what they call aura-ing. Makes it look real intricate, and really it's not. It's so simple. I wish the heck I hadn't talked about those pizzas. Now I want one. Oh, but about the pizza again. It's not so much the pizza. I like it with a coffee milkshake. It's the milkshake that I want. The pizza is the excuse. Right? Right. All right. I didn't leave much room for the embellishments on this end one, but we'll do our best. Hope you guys can see okay. Anything that has those loopy kind of designs I like. Because I'm pretty loopy my own self, I guess. All right, I'm going to switch pens to color in the circles. And I'll go back and add the highlight with a white pen again. And it's surprising, they go really fast. Like that one, see, that's why I think that is a border design. Rather than to fill up the whole area. But I don't like this, so I'm going to go ahead and add more to it. And maybe that's how I should just fill in the rest of the design. Maybe I will. It's my drawing, right? I do what I want. It's definitely going to change the way it looks, but oh well. It'll just be whatever it is, right? Definitely changed the way it looks. It's a variation, for real. It is. Alright, where did I put the white pen? Come on. Right. Right. Alright, here. It's writing. Doesn't want to make a single dot, though. Let me see if it... I have some other ones. I don't know why I don't throw them away. They write about half the time. Come on, quit being such a pain. White pens are awesome when they're brand new. Okay, got it. Got it. This one, I'm not sure how I will... Well, where all the lines meet is where I'll do the shading. And around those little petals, so they stand out a little bit more, I think. And these are pretty small little areas that I'm working in, you guys. So sometimes it's hard to figure that little thing out. I like the way it ended up, though. Definitely different than the original design, but I like it. I'm grossing poor Rebecca out with my coffee milkshake, and oh well. I know I have odd eating habits. Oh, that doesn't go in there. I guess I'm missing one. Alright, what was the other one you said you wanted? Kiko? Let me put this one away. Yeah, they are very small. Kiko. Where's Kiko? Oh, it'd help if I'm on the K page, right? Yeah, Kiko is really a fun one. It seems like I've done one. Well, I'll do it again. Doesn't matter. Come on, come out of the page. Sorry, I just hit the camera. Here's Kiko. And it's an awful lot. I'm going to do it down here, but here's a basket weave that's very similar. But I'll do Kiko next. Okay, Lynn, have a great afternoon. And thank you for always being so supportive, Lynn. You are always so supportive. Well, hi, Sunset Cabin. I haven't seen you forever, Carol. Or maybe you're always around. You just don't chat a lot. But yeah. It's good to see you. For a small shading stick, cut a paper Q-tip stick at an angle. Isn't that a brilliant idea? Carol, honest to God, Carol is genius. And when she gives you good or free advice, pay attention because it's always good. Carol is the reason we all use dishwashing detergent bottles for our matte medium, and believe me, it's ingenious. Alright, which way do we want? Where do we want that? It's kind of a light design. I think I'm going to do it right in this one, since I've got a heavy one just above it. just haven't been around much. Well, I'm glad you saw your way fit to come here today. And because I am an anal freak, I have to draw myself a grid, so just bear with me for a minute. For Kiko. Kiko sounds like the name of what you would name your monkey. Or is there a monkey named Kiko? Is that why I'm thinking that? That there's already a monkey named Kiko. I kind of wish I'd done this on a diagonal rather than equal with the box, but oh well. Oh well, oh well. Alright, this one I'm going to do with the 0.1 micron, because I want a little bit heavier line. I hope everything's going well, Carol. Kiko's really simple. I obviously don't have the step outs, because anybody can figure that out, right? Draw yourself a grid and then just draw the curved lines. Kiko is a Japanese girl's name. Okay. Okay, Kiki. Have a great afternoon. I'll be sitting here doodling and drawing. And I did record, so it'll be out there for the world to see. And you can do what you want. I do all the lines going one direction first, and then all the lines go in the other direction. I'll actually turn the paper is what I generally do. And it's really just another form of basket weave is all it is. Simple, but cool. Oh, I wish he was almost done with treatments. He's got 2 more. Well, this one and 1 more. And again, I think this is one that it doesn't look that cool until you actually shade it. And then when you shade it, it just makes it look way cool. Got quiet in here. Simple stuff, eh? I sure hope Eileen figures out how to get in touch with us in the next day or so. I suppose we could call her, huh, CB? She did give me her cell phone, but I don't want to bother her, you know. I know they're under such stress right now. And that was part of the reason I didn't tell everybody what was going on when Robert and I were in the hospital, is because you're under so much stress. You know, you don't need to be explaining to me what's going on in your life. You've got plenty going on your own self, right? But I would just like to know that she's okay. I'm sure she is. You're working on your own version of the Beast? Yay, Karen. I live for the Beast. I love the Beast. Something so small, honestly, it sounds crazy, I know, but something so small as that, I can just get so much enjoyment out of it. Like sitting down in the evening and just drawing in it, and I don't know, it brings me so much enjoyment. It's crazy. Okay. There's a couple places where I don't like, where my lines just seem to start out of the middle of nowhere, so I'm fixing that. Coolio, huh? I like that. Yeah, that's what I wonder, CB, if she isn't trying, maybe checking with somebody down there. I don't know if her neighbors all evacuated or something. And yeah, I just don't want to intrude. And I do not have shading in my how-to book, but it's cool. Oh, you didn't do the shading in the how-to? Yeah. Generally, most of the designs, it's apparent where you want shading. Like on this one, I didn't do any shading yet, but any place the lines intersect is pretty much, where your shading's going to be, right? So the shading just kind of dictates its own self. I don't know why I didn't shade that. I must have been flabbergasted the other day or something. I don't know. You guys, what was I going to get at Michael's? Because I told Robert, well, I'll either go today or tomorrow. I mean, Tuesday or Thursday. I stay home on Wednesday because I like to watch Dee Dee. Yeah, see, just a little bit of shading can make a big difference. Just need some shading over here. Oh, wait, I did some. It's just lighter. And then if you don't, like if the shading comes out too dark, use your kneaded eraser and just pick some of it up. Oh, you can't do it while you watch? There you go, Karen. Isn't that the truth? You spent way too much time on things that didn't matter. I know. Like, when I think of the hours I spend cleaning and stuff like that, and I mean, I like being clean, but really, I mean, there comes a point where it's just like, are you kidding? This is ridiculous. Does it matter if that floor gets... But there was something specific, Rebecca, that I actually did really want to go for. I just don't remember now what it was. It'll come to me. All right, we're picking out another design. Somebody said Kiko and M12. Let's see what that one is. If I remember right, that one is... It needs a big space, but we'll look at it. And it's actually very much like another design. Okay, here's M12. This is a very cool design. Very, very. And it's kind of a grid, and it's very much like usually if it's similar to another design, I write it down on there. But this is M12 or MI2, I don't know which. All right, somebody's asking a question in chat. Let me see. I have a random question. What is the stuff looks like colored rubber that you can seal the edges of something? It looks like it comes out from a small tip bottle. It dries hard. It comes in colors and it dries hard. Wow, you've got me stumped now. This one needs a big area, so I'm going to go ahead and try and do it, and I'm going to do it in this larger area. But I do like this design a lot, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give myself a big grid. I don't know how many of them will actually fit in there, but we're going to do it anyway. And I just do the grid so my spacing is somewhat consistent, right? It's not really a grid pattern, but I want my spacing somewhat consistent. And y'all know I'm anal anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, M12 is cool, isn't it? Frisket. Frisket rubs off. Is she talking about frisket? She's saying you use it on the edges. That's the thing, unless I misunderstood. I don't know. Probably if anybody would know, it would be CB. Glossy Accents doesn't come in colors, I don't think. All the ladies in chat are guessing now. Let's see. All right, I'm going to start by making the little diamond shapes or whatever. And I'm using where the lines intersect. And I don't think drawing the grid or something like that is cheating, you guys. To me, it's just like using a tool. Just use whatever tools you need to aid yourself. Anything to get a pen in your hand, right? That's how I feel. Just get that pen in your hand. All right. And this one will go this way. Sometimes I really have to stop and think, okay, if that one goes this way, which way is this one going to go? Because that one's like that. That one's like that. So this will be one going this way. Is this right? Yep. Man, you guys are making me think. Don't make me think. I just goofed up. What sizes did you use when you made your grid template? I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I'm sorry. When I made the grid template, are you talking about this or this? This is a lettering guide. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. And this one I just did the wrong way because I wasn't thinking. So I'm going to fix it like that, but now I'm going to be pissed off. Not sure what you're talking about. It was just an alternating thing, you idiot. Now, if I was on red, I would fix that. I mean, if I was on white, I would fix that, but oh well. This one goes this way. Okay, I think that's right. Okay, so I got that part done. Now I'll start drawing here. Just connect those two. And where it goes off the page, you just kind of have to envision what's out there, correct? Okay, got that part done now. The lettering guide, okay, I have these in about 1.5 million different sizes, and actually, truth is, Carol, Sunset Carol, who's here today, who I was just yakking with a minute ago, she's the genius who came up with this design. And you can have them in every size. But on these, I have these in every size. It just depends on what you want. For the one I use most often, which is, it just has 2 lines on it. This is the one I use in the Beast most often. I think it's 1/8 of an inch. The largest opening is 1/8 of an inch, and this one is probably a fraction of that. Let me see what I've got it at. It's at about 7 point. So just use your, any spacing that you want. This one is 1/8 of an inch. I gotta put something behind it, I can't see. This is 1/8 of an inch. This next opening is 3/16 of an inch. Next one is 1/4 inch. So apparently I did, and then the next one's 5/16. So that's what I did, is each one I added 1/16 of an inch until the final opening is 3/8 of an inch. So yeah, and they're easy to cut, no big deal. This is the one I use most, and you can tell, look at how dirty it is. Ugh. But I use it all the time, so who cares? It's my dirt. But this one that Carol made for me, this is the most ingenious thing ever. And I keep this one on a real small. You can make this one like the tiniest letters ever, and it's so ingenious. This is why I say she's ingenious, because look at, I mean, it's small, and it makes you write perfect. But I can untape this and move it up and down because the slide bar is cut at an angle. So it always, these lines always have to stay parallel. It's like, genius. How do I use them in my Beast? For writing. Cool, Jean. Jean made it on her Cameo. So how do I use them in the Beast? I write in them. See all the writing I do? All that writing is done with my lettering guide. And that's why it always looks so consistent and nice and pretty. Can you see? Oh, you guys can't see that. That's all the stuff for Inktober. You can't see that. That's going to be surprises. So that's how I use it in my Beast. Yep. All right, so let's see. I've got one more line to do down here. So if it's going that way, this one should be going this way. Okay. I think I got it. Think I got it. Okay, and then after you get this part done, then you just start R-ing around the lines you've already drawn. Okay? And to make sure that I don't get too cuckoo, I do each line. Like, you have to go around each one because you can't predetermine the spacing, correct? So you have to kind of go around each line. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. And I think I'm on camera. Oh, yeah, except my hand's in the way, but that's okay. You maybe aren't going to be able to see my boo-boo too bad. Monkey. Okay, and there would be another one over here, so let me decide how this one should be. This one would be, yeah, going this way. And going this way. All right, got it. Because I got to be able to draw the lines, right? Okay, so that's going that way, and that's going that way. Okay, got it. Whew. And over here there would be another line going this way. So you kind of got to figure out the edges, right? Got to have coffee. Okay, and then it's just a whole series of following those lines. And the unfinished parts on the edges, it might be easier to go back and do those very last. Just ignore them for the time being. Yeah, I think I will. Just ignore them for the time being. Unless I'm certain what I'm doing here. Because this is one, boy, you can really goof up if you're not careful, as you've already seen. Okay, it's coming along. All right. Just seeing what happens when you can only do one line. What do you do? I hope you guys are enjoying this because I can't imagine this can be that darn stimulating, okay? Just building up now all the pieces. Then when you get to the middle and you're just R-ing, then you don't have to go around each one. You can go ahead and just finish the design. And I don't have too much time left. Well, I've got 1 hour. Jean comes on in 1 hour. It makes you want to add to your doodle books. Yeah, I hear you, Carol. You know, if it wasn't so calming and restful for me, I probably wouldn't do it at all. But honestly, this is just like the most calming thing for me. And and I think I've told you guys this, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say ADHD because I'm not. I can sit and do this stuff forever. Um, but I can't sit still and watch TV or something. I just cannot do it. Um, I've got to be doing something. And I used to cross stitch. Um, and that was very relaxing and calming to me. When I watch TV, because I can't just sit and watch TV. That will make me so nervous. I just absolutely will go insane. But I can sit down in front of the TV with my beast and a drawing book or the internet, or just sit and doodle out of my head. And absolutely, that is the most relaxing, peaceful time of my day. And actually, before I shade that, I'm going to go ahead and erase my pencil grid that I put down, because you can see it and I don't like that. Now I'll shade it. But I don't know, I could probably, quite honestly, you know, I think it was Ange asked the other day, well, what are you going to do with this when you're done with it? I never know what I'm going to do with it when I'm done with it. I do it as much for just the doing it as anything. But for example, on this one, I could go ahead and just paint this entire thing with matte medium when I'm done, and create a journal cover like I did with those magical papers. I mean, I could turn this into a journal cover real easy. It's not going to be a big journal cover because I only used a partial sheet of paper. And maybe that's what I'll end up doing with it. I might trim it to size and just put it in my beast. Who knows? I may put it in an envelope and give it away. I mean, I never know when I create this stuff what I'm going to end up doing with it. But anything like this, I mean, I could just turn it into a journal cover. So, all right, let's see. When I look down, excuse me, and I look at how much weight, I've got 3 kind of medium weight designs here. This one could take probably a real lightweight one, because I'm trying to spread the heavy ones out. See up here, I got too much light or medium weight, because there's a heavyweight one, you know, where there's a lot of black, so I may go in and alter some of these a little bit later. This is a real lightweight one, not much to it. So let me see. I could do mini mukas down here, but then I'd want to color in the background. It'd end up heavy. Throw out a design if you want, you guys. What is that one called? I like it a lot, and I like the way it comes out. All right, what's CB doing? You listen to TV while you do things? Yeah, see, that's what I do. I cannot sit and watch TV. You watch a whole movie without even looking to see what the main characters look like? Carol, you sound just like me. I've been watching Criminal Minds. And if I didn't know what their voices sound like, yeah, I probably would not know what one of them even looks like. I really like this design too, but it's very delicate. NOU Nuvart. Let's see if I have that one. Man, you have a bunch I don't have, CB. I'm going to have to start scouring the internet again, I guess. I haven't added to this in forever. LMN. I'm going there. NOU. Nope, I don't have that one either, CB. Oh my gosh, you are throwing me some curves today, girl. NOU VART. I'm going to have to look that one up too, CB. Star map. Let me see if I have that one. That doesn't sound familiar to me. I'm going to have to get on here and start scouring. I don't have star map either. Don't have it. Okay, here's the other one that is just like the one I just drew. I just came across it. It's called Summer Sitter. And it's a lot like that one I just drew. You kind of start the same way. And I like this just even like this if you don't add all the embellishments. I like this just like this. And it's called Summer Sitter. There you go. I knew there was one that looked just like it. When I need a dark one again, I want to do striping. But I was just looking at this one. I like that kind of design. I was just trying to decide. Show us what you do have? Okay. All right. Oh my God, you're starting to sound like Eileen. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Ticking is pretty fun too. I like that one. That one shades really cool. Did I do that? Yes, I did that. SOCC. This one is really cool. I'm going to do this one somewhere. SOCC. And if that's a word and you're supposed to pronounce it, I don't know how to. SOCC. Let me see. I like the way it ends up looking. You guys didn't CB sound like Eileen there? Well, then show us what you have. Okay, man. It needs to be in a big one though. CB was supposed to. I know, Jean, and she is doing a bang-up job. I'm telling you, she just ripped into me good. I love that. I have a backup. All right, this SOCC. Doesn't that one look? It really, really shades cool. So we're gonna do this one next. And you just draw random squares, okay, to start out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not even going to use a straight edge, you guys. I know. It's surprising, but I'm going to do it anyway. No ruler. And that was a pretty darn straight line, if you ask me. And I'm using a bigger square because If it gets too tiny, yeah, it won't be good. So, yep. CB, I'm going to happily tell Eileen that you did really, really good. All right. I would probably like it if you had a whip. Just as long as you badmouth me enough to make me think of Eileen, we're good. Okay, on this one, I'm kind of thinking. Of course, I want it lightweight. I'm going to go ahead and use this pen. If you want it darker and bolder, use a darker pen. But I think I want this more lightweight, so I'm going to go ahead and use this pen. And all you have to do is aura around the lines now. Simple stuff. Crack that whip, CB. I wish I had Dee Dee's whip app right now. And this is another one. It looks better if you go on each line. Or each line as you go for spacing and stuff. Yep. CB's calling me kinky, I think. You have the app and you're using it right now? Okay. Whew. Okay, Jennifer. Now you can draw some boxes like that. Don't you even tell me you cannot, okay? And then all you have to do is like I'm doing right now, is aura those lines. If this piece of crap camera will ever focus. Come on, camera. There you go. Work with me here. All right? Go around each line. Now I'm going to start doing the vertical lines. Same way. And if it's long on one side and short on the, if there's, okay, I'll show you what I mean there. Like, see on this one, oh, focus, you piece of crap. All right, see how it's, I did the long line on this side, but where this intersected, I just went to the intersect. And that's what makes it look like it's puffing out, right? Right. And then just keep auraing those lines. Honestly, it is that simple. You can do this, Jennifer. I know you can, because you're a smart girl. Sometimes I forget there's people watching me here. I'm not here by myself. You know, one thing I'm real sad about, you guys, the neighbor brought me over some tomatoes yesterday. The temperatures have gotten so cool here that the tomato crop is finally crapping out. And I tell you, that bums me out. No more homegrown tomatoes. Oh, that bums me out a lot. So I think the ones I got yesterday are all I'm going to get. Jennifer, I decide on the pen that I'm going to use based on how I want the design to look, okay? Like this one that has a lot of detail, I think a finer nib pen is better. And I'm using this real fine nib one because I'm working in such small spaces. If I was working in a big space, you know, if I had started out doing an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet, I probably would use a bigger nib pen. If you buy these microns, you can get them in sets that have from, I think, 0.005 up to like 8.0. I mean, you can get these pens in a whole wide variety of nib sizes. So I make the decision on what pen to use based on how I want the design to look and how much room I have to work with, really. Here I just don't have much room because I'm drawing in such small spaces. But yeah, you could do it with a Sharpie pen, and in fact for my designs I probably would use a more bold pen, but it's entirely up to you what you like. I happen to like fine nib pens. I really do. They make me happy, happy, happy. And then at some point you can just start adding the lines. There you go. Sunset Carol just kind of put it in perspective. Oh, my stomach's growling, and I had cake for breakfast. If you were tangling the side of a barn, like you'd use a 1-inch brush, you know, so your pen nib almost has to fit the application. But that's a good analogy. I don't think I'm ever going to Zentangle the side of a barn, Carol. But I wish somebody would because I'd like to see it done. So when are you going to start that project, Carol? Sometime next week, please. Sharpies are a little bit bold. Even the pens, I think. But if I was doing an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet, I would probably use one. And I always do my shading with pencil because I like the way you can blend it out. If you're using pen for shading, you know, it's just harder to blend out with a pen, I guess, is how I feel about it. So I always blend with a pencil. And even if I was, say, doing this in color, I would probably still get out a colored pencil to do the shading with. I don't hardly ever shade with pen. I can say with all certainty I don't believe I ever have. So, because look at how the pencil after I use the tortillon and move it out, it just blends out to nothing. So it makes it look, and then it leaves the colorless areas that look like a highlight, you know. honestly, you guys, I think this is one of those things where use what you've got. Really, if you have a big pen, use a big pen. Don't go out and buy a bunch of fancy supplies to do this. I wouldn't, but see, I like that. Now, it came out pretty cool. Come on, focus. Oh, okay, you meant coloring in, not shading? Yeah. Come on, focus, you pain in the neck. Yeah, now you can see it pretty good. Okay. And I've only got 45 minutes left. I can fill in those later. But what I was thinking, and I hope I'm not sorry about this, but I'm going to go ahead and do one up on the edge. I used that same stencil that I drew these original patterns out of. And I went over and I did like a shading area, like these are three-dimensional, right? And I think I'm going to do them black. I really am. I'm going to add this and make this very heavy with black. So let me see what I want to use for a black. Let me see how this Sharpie will work. If it doesn't, yeah, it'll work fine. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use the 3 nib to draw myself the line. And I'm going to start up here on the edge. And if I think I don't like it, I'll stop. Okay? And I probably should have drawn this in with pen to begin with. And I don't know how this Sharpie is going to work on this paper either, because remember, this is paper that we did magicals on, so it's been totally saturated. And the fibers have altered, obviously. Alright, I'm going to do 2 of them. I think I'm going to like that. Oops, and make it look shaded underneath on one side. Like they're kind of floating or something. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And I'm using the Sharpie because I want to cover a big area in a short time, right? Okay, can you see that? Ah, me and the light. Me and the light. Alright, I'm going to do one more. I still haven't decided. I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the space between the designs, right? I just used that stencil to give myself some parameters to draw in. But I didn't really want to cover up the entire magical paper either, you know? So this may be a good solution. And it could suck, you know? You never know. I like black, though. Black and blue especially. Alright. Alright, you're liking it? Alright, they're liking it, so I'm liking it too. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. The whole thing is going to get done. And I'm using this paper to, so when I go off the edge, I'm not marking on my mat. My poor stomach is really growling. I probably should get out a new Sharpie that has a nice tip, because this one's tip is kind of worn down. But we'll see. Yeah, it makes them look a little bit like they're floating, huh? And the perspective should be about the same on all of them, because I did go around the shapes with the stencil itself. So when I offset the stencil over to the side, it should keep them in the proper perspective, I think. That was one of the questions, because I thought, well, how am I going to keep them in the proper perspective? So I'm hoping that was the solution. And it was the easiest way to do it, too. It's a God thing. Actually, I have a bunch of artwork around here that says it's a God thing for church in Tulsa. Hired me to do artwork. And their motto was, it's a God thing. So somewhere in a box around here, that is, well, I want to say that artwork didn't get ruined, but part of it I think did. But anyway, some of it did not get ruined. You know, we did a bunch of things with It's a God Thing. They had t-shirts printed, and there was a bunch. So it's funny, because yeah, It's a God Thing is actually artwork that I've done. Alright, got too much junk going on around here. Now, you guys probably are bored as hell watching this, but now that I like this, you can kind of see how I'm going to finish it up. I can go back and finish those last few Zentangles. I was just not sure if I was going to like this, but I'm okay with this. So, this was an experiment. And if I had tried a few up here and I didn't like it, I would just chop that part of the paper off like it didn't exist. But now I'm okay with it, so it can stay. Yeah, I like it. It looks cool. Yeah, I think the perspective is staying consistent, so it's cool. CB, you're just going through life wanting to be exactly like Jean. Just admit it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish up these last few Zentangles then. Just looking at ones that I particularly like drawing, that are fun. Web is always fun. You can, I mean, web anybody can do. It's always fun. It's always interesting. But we already have this one that's kind of web-like already. Zebra is good. That's a real dark one. There's Zinger. Somebody had mentioned that earlier. That's grid patterns. What did I do with the random pattern one? Oh, here it is. Duh. Right in front of my silly little face. CB wants to be just like you, Jean. Some of these that I have on here, I don't particularly care for, and I probably would never draw. I actually go back to the same ones over and over again. I like River. I like River a lot. We're going to do River, I think. Yep, we're going to do River. We haven't done one of those. I'm going to do River down here and get the get things moving this way. Okay. Is this the 3? Yep. All right, we're going to do River this way. There's the river. Kind of trying to make that line a little bit bolder. Flying geese. Okay, Button, remember that in just a second, and I'll do flying geese. This one won't take but a minute. This one's good to fill a small space. And obviously, the more wiggles you put in, the more interesting it's going to be. And I draw better if I draw toward myself when I'm doing this, so that's why I move the paper. Plus, I can see better. All right, see, that was a really fast one. All right, flying geese. I think that's a grid pattern one. Let me see if I'll get it out just so you guys can see it. I'll have a bunch of these to put away because I haven't been putting them away as I go. Flying geese does sound familiar, so I probably have it. Yep, there we go. Here's flying geese, pretty simple stuff. You do a grid, a curved grid. So we can do that. We'll do it. I'm trying to think where I want a dark one now. I'm thinking a dark one here. Yeah, let's do it in this one. Just a curved grid. Probably the more consistent you are with spacing, the better it's going to look at the end. Okay, got the grid done. Now just start in the middle and draw to the corner. Simple stuff. That's pretty much the whole design. Oh, you were doing this one too and copied? Actually, I'm doing it because Monique told me to. Monique told me what to do, and I thought Eileen had given her instructions before she left, and I was scared, so I did it. And then just color in. I mean, and I'm using the 3-point nib for this, so it goes a little bit quicker. I don't know who named this flying geese. I'm not sure what. I guess because it forms a V. I don't know. But I'm not sure why the name flying geese. So anyway, if you have any interest in doing this at all, really go to tanglepatterns.com and Pinterest. Yeah. What the heck did that? All right, I see what. You don't need to buy a book. You don't need to spend any money. Really, all of these resources are available for free on the internet. Yeah, you don't need to be spending. Oh, okay, it's similar to a quilt pattern. But yeah, you guys, you don't need to spend any money to do this. Just use what you've got. They actually sell the Zentangle kits now. I was shocked when I saw them that people would actually spend that kind of money to get the pre-cut cards and stuff. But I don't know. I hope they're making money because so much of this is available for free that, yeah, their opportunity for making money is diminished. But yeah, use what you've got. You don't have to spend any money on it. Nothing special. Just try it and relax. And get yourself a beast and put it in your beast, and you'll have it in there forever, and every time you look at it, it will make you happy. That's how I do it. Every time I flip back through my old pages and see where I've doodled, it just makes me happy. Alright, so this is a quilt pattern. There you go. See, I learned something. Well, then we could do a log cabin one too then. Log cabin would lend itself nicely. You will be making a book? Yeah. Cool. Suzanne McNeil. One piece of cardstock cut into inch tiles would be much cheaper. What? One piece of cardstock cut into inch tiles. I wouldn't want to be working on an inch tile. I'm not sure what you're talking. Yeah, I looked at that and was like, eek. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Google Zendoodle, Zentangle. Flickr is a great source. So, yeah, I mean, it's out there on the internet all over, you guys. Don't spend a bunch of money. Until I bought that Dangle book, I did not have a Zentangle book. I didn't see the point. But then, I think I ordered Zenspirations this morning. I think it was in my cart when I hit checkout, but who cares? Who cares? Now this one is kind of odd for me because I'm not sure really how to shade it. So I think the way I'm going to shade it, because I love the shading, the tiles are usually 3-inch tiles. Yeah, something like that. It's a Suzanne McNeil pattern. Yeah. I think I'm just going to shade it where it looks like there would be a seam is what I think I'm going to shade it. She does a lot of the how-to books, right? Is that who you guys are talking about? I probably don't have any of her books, but I think I know who you're talking about. I hate to say gray-haired lady because I'm a gray-haired lady. 3.5 by 5.5, 3.5 by 3.5. I think you're right, Janice. Hi, by the way. I don't think I said hi to you. Yeah, I didn't shade that one very much. I just made it look like it was this one was tucking into the one on top of it. So, yeah, she does a lot of the how-to books. Yeah. All right, we've got a few more. Let's do either a tangle somebody wants to see. I want to draw this one, but I don't want to draw it in this shape. And I want you guys to see this one because it's very cool. It makes a... Let me see, where did I put that? I would put that in randoms. Let me just look through here real quick and see if I can find that. I like up and across a lot, and that's a good pattern. I like hurry, but I do it with a ruler. Oh, Verva is very cool too. There's so many fun ones. I know that that's not a grid pattern. Bear with me, guys. Just bear with me. I'm looking for one specific pattern that I really, really like. I like feathers too. And fishnet. Oh, fishnet is a really nice. I'll do fishnet real quick. It's just, it's so simple and it's so cool. I'll do it in this one. You can draw a straight line or you don't have to. Just draw yourself some black circles. And I probably did this too big for this size of square because I won't get much repetition, but that's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Just draw yourself a dot grid, like our notebooks. Some of them I'm probably going to have to imagine, okay? Just a simple old dot grid. And it's going to look better if your circles are kind of the same size, which mine are not, so I'm going to try and correct that a little bit. And then from dot to dot, diagonally, see, like that, just draw a curvy line from the top of one to the bottom of the other. I don't think I have done waves. Draw 2 or 13 of them in the shape and blacken the rest. Okay. I've lost you, but that's okay. All right. And I'm doing this one with a bigger pen, so it's going to stand out. And this one really does look like a fishing net. See? And then normally how I shade it is I make it look like it's hanging in the air. So I do off to one side. I just repeat the pattern in a lighter pencil. You can do it however you like though. But yeah, this one's hard to shade a little bit. But I always add some shading. I'll hold it up here in just a second. Okay, so you can just barely see it behind there, but I just do a little bit of shading so it looks like the fishnet is kind of hanging in the air. Have I done waves? I have not done waves. Let me see waves. I know I have waves. I think that's the one with the C. Let me look, Dorothy, real quick. Oh, there's two different kinds that looks like waves to me. Are you talking about this one, Dorothy? This looks to me more like a, is that the one you're talking about? Sorry. See if that's one. There's another one that uses a C that looks like waves. All right, I think I'll do W2 in one of them. And I'll wait for Dorothy to answer about this one. Jean, you've got 15 minutes to get ready, girly girl. All right, this one I'm doing right now is called W2. Okay, that's the one you're talking about? Okay, I'm doing this one right here. It's another checkerboard, but I like it because it has a lot of depth, so I'm just going to do it real quick. I drew a quick grid, and I didn't use a ruler or anything, didn't matter to me. And where the lines intersect, draw yourself a little square. Simple. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? And this one I think would, well, even in an inch square, it looks pretty cool, so. And give myself some squares to work with over here. Okay. It looks like a tax form? What looks like a tax form? Oh, a W-2. You're a nutcase. Nutcase, nutcase. All right, let me look here. Making sure I do it right, you guys. I might have already goofed up. I don't know. We'll see. No, I did okay. Whew. Say, dang it, if I goofed up again, I'd be so mad at myself. But I didn't. I'm good. I'm good. I'll be glad when I can go eat something. My poor little tummy is hungry. And I hate to eat at this time of day because Ratatouille comes home and he's hungry. Right? I might have goofed up right there. Alright, it's going like this. Alright, and then this one's got to go like this. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. Now, and I don't have to erase those lines because they're going to get sucked into the shading, so it'll be fine. Oops, that one needs, well, that would be hidden anyway, so. Very simple, simple, simple. Yeah, I like doing the woven ones too, Carol. I really do. For such, I mean, they're so simple and they look like you've done a lot to them, you know. They look intricate. All right, on that waves one, I'll go ahead and fill in this little space here with the waves because, well, it could go in here. I'll do it in here. I'll do waves down here. And again, it's just a curvy line. And I'm going to fill up the whole space with it. The curvy line is going to go from top to bottom. Okay, can you guys see? This one's simple too. And you know, like Jennifer, if you're just starting out and you want to learn, do some simple patterns first and build up your confidence because if you watch the step outs, there's none of them at all that are really hard. I think more than anything, it's you building up your confidence. So just start out with some simple ones, like this is a real simple one that ends up looking real cool. Yeah, just do some simple ones to build up your confidence. That one was really simple, Dorothy. Thank you. All right, this one again, I'm gonna figure out, I'll put some little bit of shading there and there. And I think after you do it for a little while, you kind of get an idea of where the shading should be, so don't sweat about something like that. But don't ignore the shading. That's one thing I will say for sure, that the shading definitely is important, so don't overlook it. See, that's what I was thinking, Dorothy, depending on when I'm done. You know, I could put matte medium over this whole thing, set it, add some backing, and make it into a journal cover for sure. Actually, it would be a fun, if you're going to make a Zentangle book, this would be a great cover for a Zentangle book. This one, I'm going to probably shade back behind each of these flowers and make them jump out of the page. Xander's bragging on Twitter about the Kramer place. I don't even want to hear about it. Don't want to hear, don't want to hear, don't want to hear. And just for this little one here, I'm going to go ahead, just for a difference, I'm going to go ahead and draw circles of different sizes. That's another doodle technique that I've drawn all my life, and I love it. I may have done it somewhere else, but yeah, I love the circles of different sizes. Some big, some small. This is a little bit hard to shade too, but I don't care. There you go. Yeah, it would be a cool cover. So maybe I will turn it into a cover. I've only got 2 more spaces left to do. I probably will go ahead and end now, and let you guys get over to Jean's, and I'll finish this up and probably show it the next time I stream. And now I'm having so much fun Zentangling, I probably will Zentangle some more. I actually have another piece of this paper that I made the day we were doing the magicals. So I might use some more of that magical paper to do this, because I've enjoyed doing this a lot. But yeah, it would be a nice cover for a little Zentangle book for sure. It would, it would. You're almost ready? Okay, well, I'm going to send them over that way. Jean and I will be there. I might get some stuff ready for supper first, because Ratatouille comes home and he's starving when he gets here. Oh, poor baby. Oh, you're welcome, Mindy. And Mindy, thank you again so much. You're so thoughtful. It was so kind. I don't even know what to say. That it was just so thoughtful and kind to you, and I appreciate it more than you know. So thank you again. Yeah, I'll see you over at Jean's. Well, cool, Jill. That makes me happy that somebody actually learned something. Holy crap. But yeah, I'm excited to get all these the dark areas underneath it. I'm excited about that. I think it makes a big difference. It really does. Rather than them just sitting on the page, that dark shadow makes all the difference. So, all right, you guys, go have fun at Jean's, and I'll see you over there. I'm going to take some time and get a couple things ready for supper so Ratatouille can eat. But you'll be on in the background, Jean. I just won't be chatting. All right, be thinking about what you want me to do the next stream, you guys. Your supper's in the oven. I'm going to get mine going that way. Okay, you guys. And if you watched on YouTube, thanks so much. Try and come over and watch a live stream. Carol, Sunset Cabin, it was really, really good to see. I hope you come back. So, yeah, come over and join a live stream. They're fun.